With 3 months to the midterms, things are heating up down south. Heavy Trump districts in Texas are going against MAGA and toward Gina Hinojosa. It's clear that our platform is resonating heavy with the people of Texas, even with the conservatives. Not hard to do when your opponent is taking AI data center bribes. If so, you can cut awesome ads like this.
Why is my electric bill going up?
Absolutely. I'm happy to help. Data center production and energy use in Texas is skyrocketing to meet AI's needs. For your future.
What? Who authorized that?
Greg Abbot. Abbott took $20 million in campaign donations from data center executives and companies, and he gave them billions in tax breaks. For your future.
My future? How does this help me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great question. Happy to help.
We had already seen polling that Gina Hinojosa, who's running as a progressive populist, was tracking about even with Greg Abbott. But if this most recent polling is to be believed, she's up heavy in Republican-friendly counties. In Texas 15, Trump won by 18 points, where she has a 3-point lead. Trump won Texas 28 by 11, but she's up by 4. Texas 34 also had Trump at 11, and she's up by 8. Now, of course, polling has been especially shitty this cycle, so we have to take this with a grain of salt. But there is some on-the-ground evidence that shows that these numbers might not be far off. Greg Abbott is such a uniquely evil character that even Texas conservatives are getting the ick. Largely because he already sold the state out to AI data centers, which are now wreaking havoc across the state. Hearing from these voters, I don't think there's much that he can do to turn it around at this point. For Twyla Lowry, a retired social worker and special education teacher, all that matters is that Hinojosa wants to impose a moratorium on data center projects, and Abbott doesn't. He's pushing for them. Everything's so shady, said Lori, 56, who had voted for Abbott all 3 times. It's hard to get a Republican voter to actually hit the button for Democrat come Election Day, but Trump and MAGA are so odious that they just might end up doing it.
Welcome to Texas, y'all, where we celebrate freedom from big government. So relax. There's only 10,000 flock cameras reading your plate, logging where you sleep and pray. No warrant needed in Greg Abbott's Texas. The freedom capital of America. Smile.
Gina has been traveling across the state to talk to voters, conservatives and progressives alike, and all of them are finding that she is resonating with the issues. It doesn't hurt that she's great at crowd work, too.
I am Gina Hinojosa, and I'm running to be the next governor of Texas. And I am running to win because this is a fight we cannot lose. The reason why we pay more and we get less is because we're all paying the Greg Abbott corruption tax. Y tengo recibos. You get a receipt in the mail. You just got it. It was your electric bill. Did that feel a little high to you? It was about $40 higher than it should be because in 2021, when Winter Storm Uri hit, and we were all freezing. We lost 700 Texans during that freeze. The gas, oiga, you're gonna get me in trouble here. What you're gonna do. So, Greg Abbott let the gas companies make record profits, billions, decided we would all foot the bill, and now we all pay $40 or more a month than we should on our electricity bills.
Greg Abbott has turned his wheels to the wind and read the room on data centers now, pretending like he's going to be some sort of champion against them. But of course, it's more than just the centers. There are also the flock cameras that are stealing all of our privacy. No one, not conservatives nor progressives, want those damn things on our streets.
I think it normalizes government surveillance, and I want no part of that in my town. That phone you hold in that hand, that passport you have, your driver's license, every time you go travel, you might as well say your rights are being violated.
We have a choice whether to have this cell phone or not. I don't have a choice to drive by that camera every day.
Add on to that Trump's stupid war causing gas prices to go through the roof. There's expensive groceries and failing schools and the looming recession. And Greg Abbott has no answer for any of those issues. When he gets pressed on the fact that he follows Trump around like a lapdog, he just sits there trembling and hits the Mamdani bad button.
I mean, you see it, there's anxiety, not just in Texas, but all across the country. I mean, concerns about prices, concerns about where the economy is going. And I'm just asking, I mean, when you see the president out there talking about all the money he's, wants spent at the White House to make it more beautiful, I mean, do people want that?
So let's be clear.
I mean, it's a lot of time. You have to admit, it's a lot of time that just the other day, 40 minutes he was out there showing off his helipad.
And let's be clear about something else, and that is, listen, with regard to anxiety by voters, there are two components to that. One is, I know for a fact in Texas, voters are very concerned about this expansion of these socialistic ideas by people like Mamdani and all the Mamdani acolytes. And in Texas, the last thing that we want to have happen is to have a Mamdani acolyte get elected to office in the state of Texas. And yet, that's exactly what's being offered by the Democrats on the statewide ticket.
But I'm asking you right now,
the same ideology of Mamdani is on the ballot box in the state of Texas.
It's insane to believe that Texans would be afraid of New York City's mayor. And whether or not GOP cares to realize it, they are headed for a bloodbath. They seem so asleep at the wheel that even Fox News is asking what the F is going on.
This is the thing that concerns me. I think there's a great deal of apathy with some of the candidates, but what concerns me even more, Laura, there's real apathy in the grassroots. I think some people are thinking we gave Republicans all the power in 24, House, Senate, White House. It really didn't follow through in some of these promises. The Senate's thumbing their nose at the base over the Save America Act. Gas is $4.10 a gallon. They're not seeing a lot of the things that they voted for. The Iran war is killing us. And we're 10 weeks out, and the problem that we have is that Trump's base is mid to low prop. It's tough to get them out in a non-presidential year. So not only are we suffering on the issues, we're suffering on just a basic turnout, and they're really low propensity voters, which means it's going to be hard to get them to the polls November 3rd unless we give them a real compelling cause to.
Yeah, how about not having socialism? That's a real compelling.
What that troglodyte doesn't understand is that Texas is ready for socialism. Not only do we already have sitting Democratic socialists in major cities in Texas, but there's also more coming up, like Misael Ramos in Austin's 1st District. Folks in red states want the same things that everyone wants, issues that Misael is focused on.
Affordability. We are in an affordability crisis here in Austin, Texas. And so I believe, it starts with affordable housing first and foremost. In this race, one of the differentiators is that I am the only candidate who's actually developed and worked on affordable housing and developed it and delivered. And so, I look at it as housing being the epicenter of affordability, but also thinking about some of the things that we touched on earlier, like food access, childcare, transit, or access to transit, and all of the other things that go into people's day-to-day lives, and also not to mention their water and electric bills, which we should consistently control and keep public. There's been talks about trying to take that private, and that those two utilities need to be public. That is what makes us unique as the city of Austin.
If you're in Texas or the Austin area, consider supporting Misael for city council. But if you're not, check out your local candidates and DSA chapter to find out if there's anyone in your area to help. It's always impossible until it happens. Be sure to subscribe to U.S. Democratic Socialists. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll catch you next time.